Good evening and welcome to another Channel 8 sports presentation. Tonight from East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, it's the East Brunswick Lady Bears hosting Howell in a Central Jersey Group 4 state tournament game. Hi, I'm Jimmy Allinder, being joined tonight by Phil Hill. And Phil, the Lady Bears are involved in a state tournament game tonight.
I'll tell you, it's got to be an exciting time for them. Of course, Jim, they're looking to rebound from a crushing blow in the GMC tournament against St. Peter's, where they lost by 21 points. A very tough St. Peter's team. But I talked to Pat Peters earlier, and they're chomping at the bit. They want to play ball. Howell's going to be a good test. Not the best team in the area. They come from the Shore Conference, number 8, Section A of the Shore Conference. And to tell you the truth, they haven't done very well down there. I think they're rated 4 in that section. Right now, they come to the game with a record of 8-11. I can't think of any common opponents, but if you want to talk about an opponent that we do know that they played, Cedar Ridge. They played Cedar Ridge in the Freehold Christmas tournament and were up at halftime by 10 points and eventually lost to Cedar Ridge by 5 points. And as we all know, Cedar Ridge is the GMC champions this year. So I don't know what it all means, but maybe they'll be competitive. They're not very tall. I think the tallest player is about 5'9". They're going to try to put on pressure to keep East Brunswick from getting in their half-court game. If East Brunswick can get in a half-court game, set up, get the ball inside to Erica Ware, then they can take advantage of the smaller Howell team.
Phil, East Brunswick is missing an integral player on their team, Barbie Holland. What's that going to mean to the Lady Bears tonight?
I talked to Pat Peters about that, and she says, listen, it's been a hard apple to swallow, but the team, they can't do anything about it, so they're going to go on and play. They've had several games to adjust to the fact. I tell you, I guess there's a reason for everything. I feel very bad for Barbie, who's been such a important, integral part of this Bear team, but she's not able to play, and so they're going to go on and do the best they can.
Okay. Well, we'll be ready to go in a moment. Tonight, East Brunswick versus Howell Township, first round, Central Jersey Group 4. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, we're about ready to go here in the Central Jersey Group 4 state tournament game. The starting lineups have already been announced. We look at East Brunswick and its huddle. Phil, East Brunswick, by virtue of the higher seed, being 7th, gets the home court tonight.
That's right. The home court advantage goes all the way through to the higher seed.
All righty. Phil, one thing I've noticed, the leading scorer for Howell, 55, Kelly Hamill. You don't see her yet. Seems to be limping quite a bit.
She has a hip pointer. She hurt herself last Friday, and that will be a telling point today to see how well she does.
Right.
She's their leading scorer.
Well, East Brunswick would have decided height advantage at center with Erica Weir jumping against 51. I believe that's Erica Woods. We're going to have to watch that one. The two centers being Erica's. And East Brunswick easily enough gets the tap. And we'll be moving from our right to your left on the screen.
And a Howell comes out in the 2-1-2 zone right now.
East Brunswick, as we've noted in the past, a very patient club. Ball's last touch by Monteseschi.
Okay, Erica Ware showing quick, Erica Woods, I should say, showing quick hands there, forcing the turnover.
And we have a quick replacement here.
Well, the replacement is for
Hamill. She's coming out.
Right.
Something that Coach Bob Harrigan may have noticed.
It's the injury, Jim.
Yep. So Howell moving it up. That's the co-captain 44, Eileen McCarthy, at the top of the key. She's also a good shooter. We'll have to watch her. Shot missed, and Cleary clears the board.
And once again, doing her usual strong job off the boards.
Right. Daniela Drulis in the role of playmaking guard. And call for steps. We're just underway here. 7:09 left in the first period. No score. East Brunswick versus Howell in the Central Jersey Group 4 tournament. Howell moves the ball well, and they too are a patient club. That's McCarthy. C.J. Howell with the ball. That's another one we're going to have to watch. C.J. Howell of Howell. Off the missed shot, Howell gets the rebound.
Bears being very tenacious on defense right now.
There's McCarthy. And Erica Weir grabs the rebound.
And you can expect Erica Weir to have a bushel of rebounds tonight because she's clearly the tallest player out there.
Right. East Brunswick definitely a different offensive club here without Barbie Holland in. Erica Weir, the lone low post player. That's Jen Wetzel, who takes over from Kara Matuszewski. Good pass inside. And the rebound followed up by Weir. And East Brunswick jumps out to a 2-0 lead. 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first period.
And this is what Howell didn't want. They didn't want to allow the ball to get down low to Erica Weir. They want to pressure the ball to keep East Brunswick from getting in their half-court game.
Shot up and rebounded again by Erica Weir. That was Woods who jumped center, but she seems to like it outside. I started to say that Matuszewski now is down low. And she likes to shoot, as you can see. And Howell with a fast break, up and in.
I'll tell you.
By C.J. Howell, and we are tied at 2-2. 5 minutes left, first period. Ball almost tapped away. And you see now Matuszewski handling the ball. Drill is top of the key. Pass inside to Weir. She has an open shot, but just doesn't roll in.
And Erica Woods comes down with the rebound. She's not very big, but I understand she's a fine leaper.
Over to Howell. It's McCarthy to Woods. Good movement inside, and I think they're going to call steps on C.J. Howell.
And give the Bear defense credit for that. Sliding 2-1-2 zone.
Right. Press here, Phil, being applied.
Well, they talked about trying to not let East Brunswick set up in the half court, so we can expect the press.
And the Lady Bears move it up without too much problem. Pass inside, Weir's there, but I think they're going to call steps before.
But it's very clear what the East Brunswick game plan is, which is simply get the ball down low to Erica Weir and let her take advantage of her height.
Right,
We
why
talked
not?
about it from the top of the key, and that's what they've been trying to do.
2-2, first period, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. We're just underway here. And Weir steals it off the in pass. So now Matuszewski's going to take it.
A three-point attempt.
Weir with the rebound, but it's bounced off a Howell player, and the Lady Bears retain possession. No fouls yet by either team. And Cleary has it. Over to Matuszewski. She takes a three-pointer. In and out. Howell with the rebound. Here they come. Howell with the ball. She puts it up off the rim, but rebound and another traveling call.
I'll tell you. Bears lucky not to be called for a foul there. The young lady took steps beforehand. The press is on again, Jim.
Yes. This is a trapping press here. Almost stolen, and I think we're gonna have our first foul here. That's Eileen McCarthy, the junior co-captain, averaging about 9 points a game, my understanding is.
Yes, she is, Jim, and she's one of the steadying forces for this Howell team.
And East Brunswick has to be careful on its inbound passing here with this press. This press is designed to cause the errant pass, as you just saw there. And Howell player was on the line. That was 43, Chris Ketchum. Cleary looking for somebody to inbounds too. Spots Drulis out here. Inside to Cleary. Well, went off Weir's hands, and quite frankly, I thought she had an opportunity to retrieve the ball.
And we have Teresa Rossi coming in the game for Daniela Drulis. Number 35, Teresa Rossi.
Well, both teams pride themselves on tough defense, and we're seeing it here. It's only 2-2 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go the first period. Howell versus East Brunswick. And Howell puts it up. Wasn't quite set on that. Erica Weir showing her domination on the boards. And I know she'd like to do the same down on this side of the floor. Mataseski moves it around. That's Rossi with the ball. Seeing her first action tonight. Puts up a shot, and it's in.
I'll tell you, Teresa Rossi comes in the game, puts it up very quickly. And you're right, Jim, swish.
And that's the type of shot you like to see. The first one put up and in. 4-2 East Brunswick, and the ball stolen off an error pass. That's Rossi giving it to Mataseski. Kara, just a freshman. East Brunswick has a lot to look forward to in the future. And that's Wetzel to Rossi at the top of the key. Looking for Weir inside, but can't find her. Mataseski's open for a shot, and it's not in. Goes out of bounds. Cleary tries to take it. Phil, something that I've noted with Kara Mataseski as a freshman, she gets a little bit disappointed and frustrated if some of those early shots don't fall in.
Well, that'd go by with time. All the good shooters, they shoot till they hit, Jim.
Okay.
We have number 50, Amber Ortiz, coming in for Howell.
Okay, and I think also Sarah Baker has come into the game replacing Jennifer Cleary for East Brunswick. Okay, Ortiz is playing inside. I think Howell wants to get some more action inside off the boards. Wetzel with the rebound off the missed shot. And here we coming down with 40 seconds left in the first period. East Brunswick 4-2 over Howell Township. Wetzel underneath. Gets it inside to Baker. Now Wetzel puts it up. And miss follow-up, but Weir puts it up. Not in. East Brunswick certainly controlling the boards, Phil.
That's for sure. They got to put it down, though, Jim. 4 shots there, and they're lucky to come back with the ball.
10 seconds. Mataseski has the shot. In and out, and in again.
In, out, and in.
And with 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. They're not aware that it's down to that, so East Brunswick jumps out with 2 quick baskets in the last minute here to take a 6-2 lead after 1 period of play over Howell Township. This is the Central Jersey Group 4 opening game. And the winner of this game, Phil, has a dubious task.
They have to go on and play Neptune.
Right.
And I see Pat Peters can't be too concerned. Her team hasn't gotten out of the blocks, but yet they're ahead 6-2. You know they're going to get better as soon as they warm up a little bit. So I think she's extolling them to be a little looser, you know.
Well, I was going to say, Phil, something that I've noticed is that in a lot of the games against Red Division, Greater Middlesex Conference opponents, East Brunswick hasn't had a decided height advantage. It seems like every opponent has that one big player. That's not the case tonight, and they're obviously trying to exploit that.
They're trying to exploit it, but it works both ways, Jim. Sometimes you try to exploit a point too much, and it takes you out of your normal game. They have an abundance of fine outside shooters, and if they keep trying to force it down and things are being clogged up, they're taking away another part of the game. So remains to see how things develop.
Okay, possession arrow to Howell Township, so they will inbound. And 44, that's Eileen McCarthy. And after that brief appearance by Kelly Hamill, the leading scorer, we haven't seen her, and I have to think she's not going to be playing anymore. Off the boards by Erica Woods, and again, East Brunswick comes up with the rebound. Howell has only had 1 shot. And the way this game is going, Phil, it's going to be important for Erica Weir to stay out of foul trouble. But she certainly is the difference thus far. Ball out of bounds. If you've just joined us, we have 7 minutes, 27 seconds to go. Second period, East Brunswick with a 6-2 lead over Howell Township. And inbound to Weir inside. She has a good shot if she wants it. Saved by Wetzel, but into the arms of Howell Township. And C.J. Howell will bring the ball up. Inside, that's Ketchum. Erica Woods, and
ooh, a tough call.
Calling an offensive foul there.
I'll tell you, a really tough call there.
Well,
she must have put out a forearm, Jim, to ward off the defender. And that's exactly what the official's saying.
Okay, Weir is going to take a seat for a moment, and coming in now is Jennifer Cleary. Howell putting on the press here.
Half-court trap there.
Yep. And Wetzel saves it. Teresa Rossi directing the show now. And Mataseski. Swish, 2 points.
And Jim, my point, it may be early on, but my point is they're back in the flow of their normal game. They're not trying to force it down. They're taking advantage of the fine shooters that they do have.
Exactly, 8-2 East Brunswick.
They can match up with this team shortness for shortness right now.
Right, and something we've noted as Mataseski gets frustrated when she doesn't hit, when she starts hitting, she is definitely a streak shooter. Way outside, in. And that was Eileen McCarthy. And Howell comes back now. 8-4 the score. And East Brunswick's going to have to get it over the line here.
Right. Almost 10 seconds, forced into the turnover.
So that's the turnover. Coming up, Woods, scoop pass it. East Brunswick comes up with the loose ball. And play a little bit ragged here in the second period. 6 minutes left, 8-4 East Brunswick. Mataseski drives. And
Erica,
really didn't quite have the shot.
Yeah, Erica Woods with the rebound.
And Weir is going to come back in. Pass inside to Chris Ketchum, off her leg. McCarthy. And she's going to put it up. Off the rim, and
Kara Mataseski should have tried to grab that ball before it went out of bounds. She thought it was going to go out of bounds, and Howell player picked it up.
And that's just experience. Howell moving the ball a lot quicker this period. Ball up.
Okay, Sarah Baker with the rebound there.
Yeah, she's been aggressive in her plays thus far. Kara Mataseski. Over to Teresa Rossi. She's been confident with that shot on that side. Wetzel. And stepped on the inbound line. So another turnover. Erica Weir coming in, and Jennifer Wetzel will sit down. Has played well thus far. She hasn't scored, but has been getting the rebounds. And Erica Woods puts it up. Swish. And if Howell gets hot, look out. Erica Woods gets her first 2 points. 8-6 now, East Brunswick.
Howell continuing to press. East Brunswick 10 seconds, has to get the ball up.
And East Brunswick is definitely having problems with that press. Turnover here. And C.J. Howell puts it up. Rebound this time, but stolen.
Sarah Baker.
What a big rebound, and Howell backs off.
I'll tell you, Baker's been a force under there the last few times down the court.
Mataseski. Baker. That's Teresa Rossi puts it up. In and out. But Weir, Baker, Mataseski again. In and out again. Ball doesn't want to go in. 8-6. 3 minutes, 46 seconds left to go. East Brunswick over Howell Township.
Howell with a travel. C.J. Howell took one step too many. And you best believe Howell's going to keep that press on. It's been working for them. They forced 2 turnovers the last 2 times down the court.
Right. Everybody's coming up for East Brunswick. Into Weir. Oh, she bounced past it, but it goes off a Howell leg, fortunately for East Brunswick. And oh, Drulis comes back in, right, Phil?
Danielle Drulis back in the game.
Cleary inbounds it to Erica Weir. That's Drulis. Another bounce pass and tapped away. This is Howell coming in. And a first foul called on East Brunswick, I believe.
Before the shot, I believe, Jim.
Okay, Daniela Drulis will be called on that.
2 shots on the shot. I'm surprised. And you're looking at Irene McCarthy, the Howell point guard. She's the best varsity player. She's also a soccer player, I understand.
First shot missed by McCarthy. I think something that's interesting that Coach Bob Harrigan mentioned to me, Phil, is that there's only 2 seniors on the club, Kelly Hamill and Erica Woods. And from that club, when they were freshmen, they were 17-2. So a lot of players have fallen by the wayside since then.
Something has happened, I'd say.
So McCarthy misses both shots, and East Brunswick retains its 8-6 lead. Knocked away, saved. Drulis coming down underneath. And Howell very aggressive now defensively.
Putting a lot of pressure on defensively, Jim.
That's Baker with the ball. And East Brunswick is not finding that inside route as they'd had earlier in the game. Drulis loses control, but Rossi picks it up. Excuse me, Cleary, but she misses. And Howell with the rebound. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go for second period. 8-6 East Brunswick over Howell Township. Howell from the Shore Conference North. Play a tough schedule down there. And Cleary bumps her. I believe that's 45, C.J. Howell. Howell, sophomore. And Howell inbounds. Steps called. C.J. took that shuffle step. So East Brunswick will try to break this press again. They've been having trouble. Drulis goes through right the middle. And it goes off her knee. Well, that's another way to do it.
She saw daylight and broke for the basket. Wasn't able to control the ball, however.
Daniela Drulis, including a fine career here at East Brunswick. She's really come on. More so, I have to give her credit than I thought she would, averaging 9 points a game this year and among the scoring leaders for East Brunswick. Cleary, I'm sorry, Monteseschi goes down hard. And looks like Amber Ortiz is trying to set up camp inside. There she is. Turns around though, but Erica Weir staring in her face.
I'll tell you.
And the ball is tied up. And East Brunswick gets possession with the possession arrow.
Weir and Monteseschi collapsed on her, and as you pointed out, Jim tied her up. East Brunswick has the ball.
It's Drulis. Weaves her way through, but it goes again off her leg. And ball up and in by C.J. Howell, and we're tied at 8-8. 1:20 left to go, second period. Low-scoring game, as we thought it would. Erica Weir has it. Doesn't want to turn around and take that shot. Drulis will, though. Ball off the rim here.
And the Bears aren't getting those offensive rebounds like they were earlier, Jim.
Again, long distance shooting. And I think a foul's been called.
On Erica Weir.
Sudden shift in momentum, and it's been different here in the second period, no doubt. East Brunswick had an 8-2 lead. And now Howell's come back to score the last 6 points to tie it up at 8-8. We have just 57 seconds left to go. And Erica Weir charged with that foul. That's her first. They're not wasting any time. Rebound retrieved. That's McCarthy in and out, but look who's waiting underneath here. Ball hits the upright, and you can't see it on your screen, but the metal bar above the basket is where the ball hits, so that's out of bounds, and possession goes to East Brunswick. There's just 43 seconds left to go. And East Brunswick has been having trouble breaking this press, this trap press. There you go, there's Sarah Baker inside.
A textbook layup by Sarah Baker.
Good heads-up play by Monteseschi to find her, too. So East Brunswick takes a 10-8 lead with 26 seconds left to go in the second period. Wow, that was broken easy. Oh, and 54 loses control. Colleen Fitzpatrick had the open shot. That was a great pass there.
A beautiful pass.
So, but 18 seconds left to go, and East Brunswick's going to have to try to get the ball up quick and get a shot off here. Drulis is inside. That's Baker, and she doesn't realize she doesn't have a lot of time left.
Stolen.
Yep, and Howell's not going to get a shot off here. But Drulis somehow found the handle on it and lofted it before the end of the period. Didn't go in, but East Brunswick, I would say, escapes with a 10-8 lead here. And the reason for that is, Phil, is that Howell is starting to do some things right towards the latter part of that second period.
Well, we talked about the press. The press forced a few turnovers. Neither team very sharp at this point in time, Jim. But East Brunswick has to solve that press. I think now East Brunswick really has to go back to where they started. I keep switching up that I thought they were trying to force it down too much to Erica Weir, but that's what they got to do. They got to get that ball back down to Erica Weir, break that press, get the ball back into Erica Weir, and it's going to be a low-scoring game and just win this game.
Okay, 10-8 the score. East Brunswick over Howell Township. We're at halftime at this Central Jersey Group 4 game, and we will be back in a moment. Okay, we're about ready to go here. Second half of the Central Jersey Group 4 opening state tournament game between East Brunswick hosting Howell Township tonight. East Brunswick with a 10-8 lead only at halftime, and we're underway here. That's Howell Township with Eileen McCarthy bringing in the ball. And look who's back in the game. That's Hamill, Phil. And she feeds it inside to Chris Catchum, and we have a 10-10 game.
And Howell has the press on. They make the steal
There's
right
the
away.
Steal. Woods jumped in front of Erica Weir. McCarthy with the ball. That's C.J. Howell with it, and it's off the rim. She gets her own rebound, however, and that's Hamill with the ball. Let's watch her. And they call her for steps.
But you can see, Jim, she's a good one.
Yeah.
She's limping badly with that hip pointer, but you saw her earlier with that good assist, and she can make a difference.
Well, she must have said something to Coach Bob Harrigan at halftime, said, let me go, this is my last game. Drulis, and again it's stolen, and that's C.J. Howell alone, and it's swiped aside by Erica Weir. Great save here. Hamill puts it up, and she misses, and she's limping badly again.
And Sarah Baker with the rebound once again.
So we're just underway here, second half. 6 minutes, 52 seconds left to go. We are tied at 10-10. This game very much in doubt. Monteseschi, she drives and puts it up. And Clary underneath finds the rebound, deposits it. She gets her first 2 points, and now East Brunswick is up 12-10. And we have a stoppage of play here. Why? Well, Erica Woods just left the floor for what reason we don't know.
I don't know if she got bumped in the nose or what. She just ran to the
off to the side. And so we have a substitution now. And that is, I believe, let's see, Chris Ketchum comes in. Or it could be Colleen Fitzpatrick. Either way, East Brunswick has a 12-10 lead. And a foul called here. I believe they're going to call Drulis on that foul.
Right.
Okay, and Daniela picks up her second. And first team foul, so Howell inbounds. McCarthy, that's Howell. McCarthy again. Howell playing inside. That's her with the ball. And she's been hurt. She drives. And the ball is stolen away by Erica Weir. And that's Matuszewski bringing it up. East Brunswick looking to lengthen that lead, and a three-pointer by Kara Matuszewski. And she must have license to put that ball up anytime she feels, Phil.
She's got a nice touch, Jim.
Just a freshman, too. Ball almost stolen by Erica Weir. Hamill drives, feeds it off, and I think they're going to call Cleary
with the body.
So that's Jennifer Cleary on the foul. We have a timeout, Phil. And Jennifer picks up her second foul. So with 5 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the third period, East Brunswick off that three-point shot by Kara Matuszewski was leading 15-10.
Well, the Bears have seemed to loosen up a little bit. One of the reasons, however, is that Erica Woods, the tough defender for Howell, went off the court all of a sudden. We don't know if she got bumped in the nose or what happened, but she certainly was their best defender.
Right.
She's the one forcing steals and so forth. I understand it was the nose.
Okay.
If you ever get hit in the nose, Jim, it can really smart. So.
Well, she hasn't returned to the court, and I saw Phil Hosser, East Brunswick trainer, sort of trailing behind her, trying to find out what went wrong.
And as I was pointing out, she is Howell's best defender, and she makes things happen defensively. If she's out of there, it's going to certainly be to East Brunswick's advantage.
Another thing to watch, Hamill in there, I guess Harrigan has to wonder or has to judge whether or not she is going to add or take away to Howell's offense and defense. On the line is Colleen Fitzpatrick, and misses her first shot.
And Colleen just a junior.
All right, Woods gets back to the bench, and she makes her second shot. So that East Brunswick lead is narrowed to 15-11. 5:20 left to go, third period. Matuszewski.
Bears break the press nicely.
Yes, they did. I'm sure Pat Peters and Michael Loy had something to say at halftime about that. Drulis sees the opening, and she puts it in.
Daniela Drulis.
First 2 points of the evening, and East Brunswick now extends its lead to 17-11, I believe.
And the Bears are pressing now.
Right, and that ties their biggest margin of 6 points.
Bears are playing man-to-man right now, Jim. They moved out of that zone, gone man-to-man and pressing. Almost a steal by Drulis.
Right. And that's what's different about the East Brunswick approach this half, that man-to-man defense. And they're going to call Weir, I believe, on the foul. And I believe that was a shooting foul.
A shooting foul, and Colleen Fitzpatrick will go back to the foul line again to shoot two, Jim.
Right, and something East Brunswick will have to watch. That's their third team foul this period, and there's still a lot of time. 5 team fouls, and you automatically go to a bonus situation. Could be important. It's Fitzpatrick on the line, and again, out. She gets a second shot. And in and out again. So the score remains the same, 17-11, East Brunswick over Howell Township. Matuszewski, you see with the ball. She's been hot this half from the outside. Baker finds Matuszewski there, and Kara puts it up and hits. And she, as we mentioned, is a streak player. And East Brunswick now leads 19-11. And that is their biggest lead, 8 points. 4 minutes left to go in the third period. And Howell has to start to be a little panicky now. They're down by 8, and they only have 11 points on the board. So they're going to have to come up with some quick scoring. And the ball goes off. I believe that was Ketchum's hand, but it's put up and miss. Cleary, the reliable rebounder, as she has been all season long. Drulis pumps it inside. Saved by Baker. No. They say she stepped on the line. And substitutions here. Coming in for East Brunswick, Teresa Roski, and Mataseski's going to get a rest here. She's been the difference in the third period, Phil.
A well-deserved rest.
And that press is easily broken by Howell. That's Hamill with the ball. And they call a blocking foul on Erica Weir, and that's going to be a little concerned because that's Erica's third foul. Still not a bonus situation. Fourth team foul. I'm sorry, that is Erica Weir's second foul. I missed one somewhere. Drive by Hamill, she puts it up and in. And she paid for it. You can see her limping there. Her first points of the evening. And Mataseski, after a brief rest, comes back into the game. Drulis will come out.
Kelly Hamill showed you why she's the leading scorer for this Howell team. She's had some ability, she's hurting, but nevertheless, she's in the game there.
Right, and it's definitely senior leadership is what Howell needs at this juncture. Down 19-13. And Hamill puts it in gracefully. 19-14, 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go, third period. East Brunswick leading Howell Township. Mataseski bringing up the ball, and she's getting a lot of attention now. But Howell's still in the zone, Phil. That's going to allow Mataseski, but she passes it inside. Weir puts it up, almost gets the basket. And you can see just what a hot shooting outside shooter can do.
That's right, can turn things completely around, Jim.
And that foul is by, I believe, 54. Okay, Colleen Fitzpatrick, her first foul, first of the quarter. And Weir on the line shooting too.
And Erica throws up a brick the first shot.
Misses both. But East Brunswick with the...
And Hamill's with the steal there.
Right, and she stopped short. Grimminston Payne. Hamill again, drives, and puts up a nice shot, but it's just stopped. Cleary with the rebound, and I think Woods, who has re-entered the game, will be called on that. Sorry, the foul is called on Colleen Fitzpatrick again. And she picks up her second foul. Press being applied. And East Brunswick breaks it. Cleary lobs it inside to Erica Weir. She's got the shot. Thought she walked on it, but nonetheless, hands it. And East Brunswick with a 21-14 lead. 2 minutes left to go in the third period. We had a close game here at the beginning, but East Brunswick broke out of the gates in the third period, scoring the first 6 points. Woods with the shot off the rim, but she gets her own rebound, and she is fouled. And I believe that's Erica Weir. And she didn't have her third foul last time. She's got it now. And with 1:55 left to go in the third period, you wonder if Erica Weir is not going to sit out the rest of this quarter. Sure enough, she is. So.
Well, Jim, I'm back.
Okay, none the worse for wear. With a fresh drink of water.
And you look at Erica Woods at the line, and Jim, I have to believe that she did, in fact, break her nose. If you take a good look at her, the bridge of her nose, she has a lump up top there, so she took a good shot.
And misses both foul shots, which is probably the immediate damage to all that. Will be sore tonight and probably worse tomorrow, but East Brunswick 21-14. They're still up, and Rossi gives it to Mataseski. Kara drives. Ball was partially
I
blocked.
thought she was fouled, but no call.
And Monasteski retrieving that ball, stepped on the inbounds line. So Howell gets possession here, and the press on for East Brunswick. Howell gets it. Gets it across. McCarthy looking for the open shot. Hamill fakes it, and she goes up, but she's fouled, and probably that's about the best she wants at this point, because she has looked good from the foul line in her one attempt. Monasteski with the foul.
And Hamill limps to the line, Jim.
Hamill puts it in, all net.
Nice touch.
Right.
And she's the pitcher. She's the varsity pitcher on the House softball team, and she looks like she's in control all the time.
Right, doesn't surprise me. She looks like a well-rounded athlete. Misses the second shot. And ball is in Monasteski's hands. And East Brunswick has to be a little deliberate, but Kara puts it up, almost bounds in. And coming down with the rebound is Eileen McCarthy. East Brunswick up by 21-15, less than a minute to go in the third period. And Hamill's bringing the ball up. Boy, she's hung in here good, Phil, in the third period.
She really has.
And she has the ball. Puts it up and in. And Kelly Hamill
She's been the difference, Jim, the
Right.
second half.
brings the margin back to 21-17.
She's such a steady force for this Howell team.
And foul. We missed it, but Tammy Levine entered the game. And she's seeing her first action, I believe, in quite a while. So Tammy Levine is going to go to the line with 2 foul shots here.
And Kelly Hamill committed the foul.
Right, her first. And that is the third on the team. And Tammy misses her first shot. And she'll get another. And needless to say, these are important foul shots. Off the rim, but Levine gets the rebound. And Wetzel comes up with the ball. 20 seconds left to go in the third period. Baker with it now.
Gotta believe they're gonna play for one shot, Jim.
And Monasteski's open in the corner. There she is. She doesn't shoot, but she gets it inside to Tammy Levine and stolen. 5, 4, 3. Howell's gonna have to get it off.
Ooh.
And she does get it off. There's a foul before the end of the period. And Wetzel is charged with the foul, and it looks like Hamill's going to go to the line with no time left in the third period.
I'll tell you, shades of the championship, boys championship game at Rutgers, fouled with no time on the clock. Of course, it made a big difference.
That's correct. And Hamill misses the first shot. She has 6 points in this third period. And swish, 7 points. So Kelly Hamill is personally responsible for getting Hightstown very much back in this game. I thought this game was going to be over with, Phil.
That's right, and you're right. Once Kelly Hamill came in, she sort of steadied the team down. She's very deliberate herself. As I said, she's playing in pain, but she's been the big difference for this Howell team. The Bears have to get back into the game. They start to hit the open shots, playing a little bit looser. They just have to continue to play the game and play tough defense, Jim.
Okay. 3-point margin. Possession arrow is to East Brunswick, so they're going to get the ball to start this fourth period. Was a rather comfortable margin there for a while, 19 to 11. But all of a sudden, Kelly Hamill doing the job. East Brunswick cooled off from the outside. Rossi will inbounds to start the fourth quarter, and East Brunswick's going to try to utilize Erica Weir a little bit more here, I think. That's her with the ball, and she's immediately fouled. And that is the fourth team foul by Howell Township.
Chris Ketchen on the foul.
Okay, thank you.
Number 43, a junior for Howell.
And Howell picks up 4 quick team fouls, so the next foul for East Brunswick will provide a bonus. Mataseski drives. Shot isn't there.
Howell has gone to man-to-man now, Jim.
Trying to confuse East Brunswick. Wetzel, top of the key. Rossi. Into Weir. She's got an open shot if she wants to put it up. And it's in.
I'll tell you, good movement by the Bear. Offense there. Moving around, getting it down to Weir. Weir picking up the foul.
And Ketchum was the one who's charged. So Erica will go to the line. Swish. And East Brunswick now back up to a 24-18 lead, 6-point margin. Fourth period here, 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Hamill with the ball. She looks to shoot, but she drives.
Good pass.
It was an excellent pass.
I'll tell you, that's what you call a perfect dish and swish.
East Brunswick compensating for Hamill, and she dishes off, and two-pointer now brings Howell closer, 24-20. It's Mataseski. Don't know quite what she was doing on that one, but never reached the basket. And Heights down. Howell comes down with the rebound. McCarthy. And Hamill. Ooh. A dangerous pass inside. And East Brunswick comes up with it off the missed shot. And Rossi, rather deliberate now. Lob pass inside. Wetzel underneath, but she doesn't have the shot, so she brings it outside smartly. And Rossi inside, she has the open shot, makes a strong move to the basket, puts it up and in. And a key basket right now, Teresa Rossi, making the score 26-20, East Brunswick over Howell with just under 6 minutes left to go in the fourth period. East Brunswick's keeping pace here. McCarthy with the shot and finds it, and it was not a three-pointer.
It's a two-pointer, Jim.
Okay. And 26-22 East Brunswick. And we go back and forth now. Blocked out, almost stolen. Wetzel, so wish. You didn't expect it from Jennifer Wetzel, but there it is.
Good balance by the Bear offense right now.
28-22, East Brunswick. 5.5 minutes to go. And Howell is going to have to take some chances. That's McCarthy. She's getting ready to shoot, but she can't find it. Somehow lofts it up over Erica Weir.
C.J. Howell. Nice move, nice basket.
(28-24).
Howell still in man-to-man.
What do we got here?
Foul underneath.
I think they're going to call Sarah Baker for a push-off. And that is the call, and it's a one-on-one situation, as we alluded to before.
The all-important one-on-one, Jim.
So Wetzel will sit down, and Daniela Drula, senior experience, will come back into the game. And Hamill will go to the line. I didn't think she was fouled, Phil, but there she is. Kelly Hamill lofts it up. Well, and that brings them Heights down one step closer. swish again.
Nice form.
28-26, just a 2-point lead for East Brunswick here. And we're going to go down to the wire. Mataseski driving. Rossi lofts it high post to Erica Weir. She puts it up, but it's way off. And Howell retrieves it and gets the rebound. Here comes Heightstown. Somebody missed
wide open.
43 Kiss Ketchum, and she has an easy shot that goes out. And they're going to call, I believe, Weir on the foul. Timeout we're going to have here.
And how many times have we seen that? Chris Ketchum wide open, and sometimes when you're that wide open, Jim, it's just too good to be true.
Well, Phil, what surprises me is that foul call on the after the missed shot. It looked like Erica Weir had nothing but ball, but there she was underneath, and she picks up her 4th foul. That has to be concern for East Brunswick.
That is concern for East Brunswick. Erica Weir going over the top, however. And you look at Pat Peters, and she's telling Erica about that. You got to be careful to keep yourself out of foul trouble. You know, we want you to play good defense, but we do not want you to create that foul. Erica Weir's such an important part of this East Brunswick offense and defense.
Well, we had ourselves what I thought was a comfortable margin for the Lady Bears, but has dwindled considerably, primarily because of Kelly Hamill's play. She has been just really the steady and influence that Howell Township needed to get back into this game. And they are, with it down only by 2 points, 28-26. And again, this is the Central Jersey Group 4 state tournament. You lose tonight and you're out for the rest of the season.
That's a fact.
So Woods will go to the line here looking to tie it up. Misses the first.
And Jim, every free throw is important from this juncture on.
Woods misses both ends. And so the score does remain 28-26. We have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the game. East Brunswick trying to move the ball around. Hamill almost picks it off. Drulis inside, but it's picked off. Stolen by Howell, and here they come, looking to tie it up. McCarthy gives it, but Mataseski intercepts the pass.
Good hands by
Here they come. Almost bounced past the Weir, but I think they're going to call Woods reaching in.
And I tell you, the Bears were lucky there. Kara had players out on each side of the wing there, Jim. She could have passed it off to decide to take it on in and drew the foul.
So Woods picks up her 2nd foul. Mataseski is going to go to the line. Shooting 1-on-1, I believe. Misses it. And that was an important miss too, Phil.
Well, we talk every foul shot for both teams. Extremely important.
A good screen there. Danielage runs into.
A pick.
And McCarthy lofts it up. Hamill puts up the rebound. She misses. You have to believe she was favoring that leg.
And Clary with the big rebound.
It's Jennifer's middle name. Big rebound. Drulis has it. She drives. No one open, so elects to bring it out. Teresa Rossi. Rossi with a shot. Doesn't want to fall. 3 minutes.
C.J. Howell with a big rebound for Howell.
3 minutes left in the game, 28-26. A block by Rossi. Jennifer Cleary with the rebound. Here comes Teresa Rossi. She's got a lane if she wants it. No.
Did the smart thing to bring it back out.
Cleary lofts it to Weir. And I think Era got away with a push-off, Phil.
I'll tell you, give and go, you got to like it, though. You got to like it. Good heads-up ball.
Big points. And Harrigan, the Howell coach, with a puzzled look. Hamill is charged with the foul on that. She only has 2. That's not the concern now.
And Erica Weir, the super soft at the line right now.
And misses the free throw, but nonetheless, East Brunswick is back up by 4 points.
And of course, Hamill with the rebound, Kelly Hamill.
30-26, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this game. C.J. Howell puts it up and in. And that was a big bucket.
And Jennifer Cleary called on the foul there.
And according to the clock, that's Cleary's 4th foul, so that's where I was calling Weir with one too many. Howell misses the shot. What do we got here?
A lane violation.
Okay, it wouldn't have counted if it went in. So East Brunswick still holding on to a 2-point margin, 30-28, with 2:30 left to go in the game.
And Howell with the press back on.
Right.
And they back off. Back to the man-to-man.
Phil, I get the impression that maybe this game's going to be decided on the foul line.
Great pass.
Cleary, great pass.
Wow.
Oh, Daniela Drulis bounce pass under to Jennifer Cleary, and she's pretty dependable under there. And East Brunswick now again up 32-28. Just 2 minutes left to go in the game. And they're going to need to score on this possession here, I believe. Hamill tries to drive. She doesn't make it. But big rebound by Chris Ketchum. And now the lead is 32-30, East Brunswick.
And that basket went down because Erica Weir did not want to commit her 5th foul, Jim.
Drulis drives. Rossi looking inside. It's Cleary. Inside to Weir. And she's called with the shuttle step before that shot went in. So Hightstown with yet another opportunity to tie the score. 32-30, East Brunswick over Howell Township. Minute 30 left to go in the game. C.J. Howell gives it to Hamill, who drives inside and tied up. 32-32. Minute 15 left to go in the game. This is the first time Howell's brought it back even since early in the first period. And East Brunswick elects to call a timeout here. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go. 32-32, Phil.
I'll tell you, and a good timeout by Pat Peters. She wants to do is calm down her team, make sure that they take good shots at this juncture of the game, Jimmy. You're right, Howell has done a fantastic job at coming back. Much of that goes to Kelly Hamill. Kelly Hamill has been a steadying force. She's has 11 points this second half, so what can you say?
And for the entire game, too. Great shot underneath there by Hamill. And, boy, she's playing her heart out. She really is. We noted before the game that she was hurting, and, of course, she started. And after about 30 seconds of action, she left hobbling, and I know she's hurting right now.
Right. Pat Peters, I tell you, yeah, Jim, you got to believe perhaps at a minute, 5 seconds left, that she's going to go back to that very deliberate half-court game, try to get the ball back down to Erica Weir to have her draw the foul or to make the basket. What do you think?
Well, I have to agree with you. I'm concerned, though, about the foul shooting situation. East Brunswick has not been successful from the foul line. They've only taken 5 shots tonight. 1 for 5, almost stolen. Weir with the ball, stolen by Hamill. And now it's Howell with an opportunity to go ahead. 50 seconds left to go in the game. That's McCarthy. C.J. Howell puts it up. A little strong, but gets her own rebound, and I believe they're going to call Erica Weir with her 5th foul, and if it is, that's problems for East Brunswick.
And it is.
So Erica Weir leaving at an important juncture of this game, 44 seconds left to go, commits the foul, and C.J. Howell with 2 opportunities to give Howell its, I believe, first lead of the game.
I'll tell you, well, it's gut check time now, Jim. East Brunswick's worst nightmare, Erica Weir fouling out a game, and we just have to see how they respond to it.
In and out. Howell with one more opportunity. Swish, and Howell takes the lead, 33-32.
And they have the press on right now, Jim.
Sure, they want the turnover. Drulis bringing the ball up. 40 seconds left to go. She has an open lane. And they call a blocking foul on Hamill. And so Drulis, the senior, will go to the line with a one-on-one.
A good call, too. Drulis driving towards the basket. Hamill had not set up, cut off her lane, and Drulis drew the foul. Very important one-on-ones, needless to say.
Daniela needing one to tie and another one to put East Brunswick on top with just 38 seconds left. They're down by one, 33-32. And makes the first one. A pressure shot if there ever was.
I'll tell you, nothing but net. And now they're going to try to ice her.
Right.
Howell's called timeout to try to chill Daniela.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if that's probably the most important foul shot that Daniela Drulis has ever made in her career, I venture to say.
I'll tell you, when it comes down to something like that, you want your senior, your veteran on the line there. She's a senior. She's been around for a number of years. Has had some very big games, 16 points against J.P. Stevens, 15 against Notre Dame, and she knows how to handle the pressure situations. As we pointed out, Howell has called the timeout to try to ice her, but she's cool and calm, and you got to believe that she's going to come back and sink those. Nevertheless, Pat Peters is saying, telling her team what defense to set up in right away, regardless, giving them options. If they make the basket, what to do. If they miss the basket, what they should do, Jim.
Well, excuse me, Phil, there's something about state tournament basketball. We always seem to get the unexpected, or we always get close contests.
Well, this is the second season for a lot of teams, and it's the time to show off, so why not?
So the stage is set. 38 seconds left to go. We're tied 33-33. East Brunswick and Howell. East Brunswick senior Daniela Drulis on the line, shooting the second of a one-and-one. She sank the first to tie the game, and this is to put East Brunswick ahead. And it goes off the rim.
Erica Woods with the rebound.
And here comes Howell.
And if you're the Bears, you don't want a foul. You don't want a silly foul right here. You just want to play good defense.
And I guess who's going to get the balls? Hamill. They're looking at the clock, so they may try to call timeout. Try to bring the clock down to a precious few seconds. Hamill. Howell. Hamill again. 12 seconds. Put up. In and out. Woods with the rebound, though.
Ooh.
And that was a big one.
And timeout.
Erica Woods got the rebound with 5 seconds left to go now. Puts up Howell by 2 points, 35-33.
Okay, Erica Woods, the best leaper for the Howell team, and with Erica Wears out of there, took control of the boards, put the ball back up, and they have the lead right now.
And what do you do, Phil?
Well, you come up with a good play, Jim. Well, I think you have several options and whatnot. First of all, what you want to do is make sure that you get a good shot. If it is to be the two-pointer and whatnot, take that. You have Kara Mataseski, who can put up a three-pointer if you want to go for all the gusto and whatnot. The main thing is that you want to get a good open shot.
Right.
If they contest you too much and you can drive, take it.
Well, Phil, you make a good point about Kara Mataseski's ability to make the three-pointer. She's done that all season. She has one tonight. And quite honestly, that may be the best shot that East Brunswick has.
It may be the best shot, but you have to ask yourself, do you want the inexperienced freshman with the good touch to take that shot, or do you want a veteran player, someone like a Drulis that has been around to take that shot?
Well, we're going to find out in a quick moment. Number one problem for East Brunswick, though, is to get the ball up. They have 7 seconds. Looks like 2 seconds was added to the clock.
Added back to the clock, right, Jim?
And that can be an important 2 seconds, but East Brunswick can waste precious little time getting the ball up.
Right, they have to get that ball up court.
And it looks like Mataseski's open here, but it's thrown to Baker, and they call another timeout.
I like it.
Very intelligent play.
I like it, really. They took 1 second off the clock, Jim, got the ball at half court. Now they're in position to do their half-court offense and hopefully put up a good shot.
Absolutely.
Nice call by Pat Peters.
Right, and I think probably the importance of that can't be underestimated because East Brunswick has had a tough time all night long breaking that trap press, and
Right.
now that they have the ball and they have their own half court, they at least can set themselves up for a good shot.
And let's face it, this is what high school playoff ball is all about, Jim.
Well, we have a growing crowd here. We're going to have a second game here tonight that you will see on a different night, I believe. And that is going to be the East Brunswick boys versus Heightstown in another Central Jersey Group 4 opening game. We'll be bringing you that action.
But right now we're here with the first round of the state playoffs.
All right, here we go. And I'll tell you in a moment when these games will be shown. So Jennifer Cleary will inbounds the ball, and everybody is down deep underneath for East Brunswick. Let's see who comes out to get it.
We need help.
There's Monteseschi. She has the open shot, and it falls in with 2 seconds left to go. And East Brunswick manages to tie it up on a great shot, not outside shot, but layup by Kara Monteseschi, and we have overtime.
Well, Tim, we talked about it. Do you want the person with the best touch on your team, even though she's not a veteran, or do you want the veteran? They went with the person with the best touch. Kara Monteseschi got the ball surprisingly down low, put it up nicely, and we have a tied game. And as you point out, we're going into overtime.
I'll tell you what, I had my doubts there for a moment. Jennifer Cleary was trying to inbound the ball, and really there was nobody open.
Well, Jim, it's almost the same thing they did when they got the ball out to the half-court mark. They lined the people up one in back of the other, seemingly throwing it to the up man, but actually throwing it to the back man, and it worked. And it worked, and we have overtime.
So the crowd waiting for the boys' game is just going to have to sit tight and enjoy this action as we are. East Brunswick and Howell going into overtime, 35-35, and if Kara Monteseschi doesn't make that shot, the season is over for the East Brunswick girls. So, unlike inbounding after a period, we're going to have a center tap here, and something to concern about for East Brunswick. No Erica Weir here in overtime, Phil. So Sarah Baker is going to do the jumping. For East Brunswick, that's Erica Woods who made that shot with 7 seconds to tie it up. And a push. Woods gets away with it, but Drulis and East Brunswick nonetheless get the ball. And here we go. 3-minute overtime we have. And Monteseschi, Drulis with a great move. Wow. East Brunswick, 37-35.
Danielle Drulis with a super move.
Something about seniors when it comes to important games here. And Hamill with the ball. And Drulis almost gets it. She's playing her heart out tonight.
She's turned it up a notch. She certainly has.
Hamill lofts it up. In and out. But Woods with a rebound. And they call a travel. And boy, Erica Woods coming up with some big rebounds.
She has all night, Jim. Token pressed by Howell, and they back up.
They take it off. Drulis with the ball. Monteseschi moving around. There she is. East Brunswick, of course, wanting to take a good shot. She's being followed by Hamill, and it's stolen.
The KG veteran. Oh.
And it's in. Wow, great shot.
What can you say? Kelly Hamill, the KG veteran, just stalked Monteseschi, stole the ball, took it down court, put it up, was fouled, and now going for a three-point play.
And that was a situation where the senior beat the freshman.
And as you see her, she's still limping, Jim, and it really has been a red badge of courage showing for Kelly Hamill. You look at the look on her face, the pain look on her face.
And she misses that foul shot.
Sarah Baker, big rebound.
And we're tied at 37-37. Minute 40 left to go in this first overtime. East Brunswick versus Howell, Central Jersey Group 4 state tournament. Drulis has the shot if she wants it. That's Rossi with the ball. Monteseschi puts it up and in. Hara coming through again with a big shot. And East Brunswick back out on front, 39-37. Minute 11 left to go in the game. McCarthy over to Howell. McCarthy now deeper inside, and she puts it in. And you see the absence of Erica Weir showing on that one. So we're tied once again, 39-39, and there is less than a minute to go in this game.
Just a super
Overtime, excuse me. For excitement, you can't get any better than this. Drulis. And stolen by Woods.
Erica Woods, what can you say?
But Drulis takes it back. What a move! What a move! Oh, but she's fouled.
Mercy.
We liked it because she shifted to her left hand. You don't see that, do you,
Totally
Phil?
faked the Howell player out of. Just a tremendous aggressive move by Daniela Drulis. She's been playing a super game all night, Jim.
I'm shaking my head on that one. I just haven't seen these moves from Daniela Drulis.
Jim, is this a technical?
Well, let's see what we got here.
Foul.
And they're calling
Intentional foul.
intentional foul. So 2 important shots here. Sinks it. Daniela Drulis sinks it. And East Brunswick now has a 40-39 lead.
And Jim, they will get the ball back.
Misses it, but you're right, Phil. If this was an intentional foul, East Brunswick should retain possession underneath. Apparently, and by the way, that was Kelly Hamill's 4th foul. So 1 more and she's out. And an intelligent play by Kara
Good heads up
Modaseski.
right. We're down to about the 4-second tick, 4-second plus, and she called timeout before 5 seconds went off, and they would have had to turn the ball over.
Boy, this is a nail biter if I ever saw one. When you have a state tournament game, you know, you're always concerned that this is the last game you'll ever play, especially for the seniors, and I guess that affects their play to a degree.
Right. And Daniela Drulis is putting on a fine performance. You want to say the veteran and the kid, Drulis and Monaseski, but all of this East Brunswick Bear team is doing a fine job. Of course, the game's not over. Howell doing a super job himself to stick in this game.
Well, if anybody's interested in the scoring, Modaseski is the leading scorer for East Brunswick with 11 points. And Erica Weir, as we noted, fouled out before the end of the regulation play, has 9. Drulis has 6. And the rest of the scoring is distributed evenly.
And as you saw Pat Peters in that huddle, she was rather calm, and that's the way she wants to be her team to be, in control.
So Drulis will inbounds. Baker gets it. Back to Drulis, and you can see that Daniela is the one that's controlling the ball here for East Brunswick. 35 seconds left to go. Back to Drulis. And a foul again. This one by Woods.
I'll tell you, Erica Woods playing tough defense all day, reached in that time, and it's a foul that she probably had to get.
So who, none other than Daniela Drulis, goes to the foul line with crucial shots. 40-39, East Brunswick holding on to a tenuous 1-point margin with 28 seconds left to go. And Daniela sinks it. And that gives East Brunswick a little bit more comfortable 41-39, and this is the big one right here. Off the rim. So here comes Howell with 25 seconds left to go in the game.
And no timeout.
No timeouts, right? 41-39. They need the 2-pointers right here. McCarthy over to Kelly Hamill. Hamill looks. 10 seconds. That's Hamill again. She's going to take a 3-pointer. Off the rim, but Woods gets the rebound. No, who has it? Cleary. What a save. Daniela Drulis, but the clock runs out. And East Brunswick wins 41-39. What do we have here? That's it. The crowd looks a little stunned here for a moment.
The official, it is the game, Jim.
And that's the game. Boy, I'll tell you what, we were so intent on looking at the action that we didn't realize that the clock stopped. We didn't hear the buzzer. Wow, East Brunswick.
And as you see the teams exchange high fives, It was a super game.
It was just a terrific game, and what a way to end our girls coverage here of the Channel 8 sports season. And by the way, this is our 100th sporting event we ever covered, I believe, in our 6 years of on the air. And what a banner, huh? East Brunswick girls basketball team advances now to the second round of the Central Jersey Group 4 state championships. They will be facing second-seeded Neptune,
Right.
I believe, Phil.
At Neptune, right.
Right, 41-39, the final score. Any further thoughts, Phil?
Just that we saw a wonderful performance by the Bear team tonight. The thing about it is that this is a very young team, too. They'll lose a few players, but they have a lot of talent coming back, and they should be exciting for years to come, Jim. So we've enjoyed them this year, and we want to wish them the best of luck in the rest of the playoffs.
And all of us do. So that's it, our final tonight from East Brunswick High School Gymnasium. East Brunswick 41, Howell 39. This is Jimmy Allinder saying goodnight for Phil Hill.